Hey, what's up, guys? Team 3D Alpha. By the way, I got a fucking problem, and I can't reply to YouTube comments for like 3, 4 days now. So, if you guys, I'm not ignoring your comments. Like I said, I try to read everything, even though I'm very busy. You know, when I get off work, I try to read a few comments. I try to reply, but for some reason, it's tough to reply to comments. But anyway, by the way, check out the new headphones I got in the mail in Epic Unboxing number 4. Shout out to Mike. He didn't want his channel name to be revealed, but he really hooked me up. Me and Hansa got me 3 headphones, man, including these Monster by Dr. Dre. Left, right. I'm just fucking with y'all, man. That's exactly what it reminded me of. But anyway, this question I get a lot, man. For some reason, I made a video one day showing my favorite video games of all time because somebody kept asking me, "Hey, man, what's your favorite video games?" So I wrote down some of the games that I really liked growing up, and then someone asked me, I think it was 3 people actually asked me because they saw me mentioning WWE as one of my favorite games when I was growing up. No Mercy. And they asked me, what are your top 10 finishers? And then they asked me, what are your top 10 superstars of all time? And I figured, all right, I'll make a separate video for like the top 10 finishers, whatever. Because I really loved wrestling growing up. Believe it or not, I used to be a wrestling junkie. It's not until WWE started getting whacked that I stopped watching it when I turned like what? I think I was 15, 16 when I stopped watching. I think I stopped watching it when my best friend died. But anyway, yeah. Before that event in my life when I got really depressed and my friend died, I was doing a lot of crazy shit. I was watching a lot of wrestling. So my top 10 superstars, I mean, hands down, I started watching wrestling in 2001. So I'm very, very late. You know, because I came to the U.S. in 2001. I was watching that shit in Africa. So I don't know the old school guys. I mean, I did some research on them back then, but that was it. So I wrote down a list of my top 10 wrestlers of all time, mostly WWE, WWF at the time. I didn't have cable, so I couldn't watch WCW or Raw broadcast. But anyway, The Rock was my number 1 superstar. I mean, I used to love The Rock, man. I mean, I still do, but I don't watch TV anymore. I haven't watched TV in years, man. So I don't even know what's going on out there. I just know he's doing movies like Fast Five and shit like that, which I still haven't watched. I'm behind. I mean, guys, when you doing the shit that I'm doing, working 2 jobs and going to school, you gotta make sacrifices. And bodybuilding, I had to make a lot of sacrifices. One of them was the fucking TV and my video games. The Rock, my favorite superstars of all time. I used to memorize all his lines. Just bring it if you smell what The Rock is cooking. Know Your Road Boulevard, Jabroni Drive. All that shit, man. I used to try to rock bottom my daughter. I mean, my little sister all the time, man. My mom wasn't at home. I used to be like, yo, come here. I try to rock bottom her. And in fact, the thing about wrestling, it makes you believe that this shit is actually real. Before we all found out it was fake, we thought it was real. You know what I'm saying? And you used to always think, man, I'm gonna do that shit in the fight, man. I'm gonna go to school, pick a fight with somebody, and do the rock bottom. Man, that shit is so fucking hard to do, man. Dudes, you can't grab somebody's arm. Even with your friends, you try to rock bottom them on the mattress and shit. You can't get their arms over your shoulder, man. That should be like a chicken wing. They'd be like, no, nigga, get off of me, get off of me. So I was like, all right, man. So anyway, The Rock was one of my biggest superstars. Number 2 was Triple H. I used to love Triple H. I used to love it. By the way, one of my workout songs is Triple H theme song. You know, his entrance. I forgot what you call that shit. You know when he comes in, time to play the game. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, that shit was one of my workout songs. I think it still is. I gotta put it back on my iPod. Yeah, I used to love Triple H, man, hands down. Especially when he started getting ripped and huge. So I am the game, and I'm that. Damn. Good. And number 3 was Stone Cold. I mean, who doesn't like Stone Cold, man? Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's another fucker that I tried to copy his finisher. One that I was wrestling with my homeboys back when I was like 14 years old, and I was like, I'm gonna stun this guy, and I put pillows on the floor and shit, so I wouldn't hurt my ass cheekbones. Man, that shit hurts like a bitch, man. I tried to give him a stun. I was like, what the fuck is this? That shit is not happening. That's another move you're not doing in a street fight. Another guy I used to like. These are not in any order, by the way, except for the top 3. I used to love Chris Benoit. I used to love Chris Benoit. And then that tragedy happened. But rest in peace. I still love Chris Benoit. Uh, just because he was crazy. He was crazy as fuck, man. Crippled crossface. Kurt Angle was my son. I used to love Kurt Angle. In fact, I got into a play fight with one of my friends. He was huge, and every time we wrestled, he always like knock me down. So one day we'll leaving college, and he was fucking with me. And I was like, dude, get off of me, and he kept coming at me. So I was like, alright, I can't tackle your bitches, but just watch. He came at me 5 minutes later. I grabbed his foot, put that thing in the ankle lock. Dude was screaming so loud, like, ah, ah. So guys, a hand out there. If a guy is big his ankle is still small as hell. That's one of the weak points. I put that dude in ankle lock. He was like, I was like, I was like, swear you won't fuck with me again. Quit fucking with me. And then he goes, when you put my ankle down, I'm killing you. When I put that shit down, I ran for the bus stop so fast. He caught up to me later. He was like, yo, come on, man, don't do that shit again, man. That shit hurts. I was like, quit fucking with me, man. Big ass. Anyway, the other guy I like was Brock Lesnar. I used to like Brock Lesnar. When he came in, this dude was just huge, man. Just come out of nowhere and F5 motherfuckers. So I used to love Brock Lesnar. He has these big ass traps too. And you guys know I have no traps. So anybody that has big traps, I fucking admire them. And then Rhino. Oh boy, I used to love Rhino. Man, I used to love Rhino. Just for one reason, the gore. That move, just I used to love the gore, man. I mean, I always wanted to go with somebody. I'm sorry, I always wanted to go with somebody. I still do. Fuck that. I still want to go with people. Wait till Hanzo gets back from playing soccer. I'm just gonna wait by the door when I hear him unlocking the fucking door. Like, can I? I'm just gonna wait right here. As soon as he opens it, I'm like, Team 3D, bitch. Boom. Call this nigga right through the window. Alright, next one is Batista. I love Batista just because he was fucking huge. Who doesn't like Batista? He was fucking huge. He was a monster. I liked him when he first came. And he used to do that spine buster. It was crazy. Man, this is bringing back so many memories, man. I used to love wrestling. I wonder what WWE's like now. I heard it was whack. But then I used to like Kane. I used to love Kane when he had the fucking mask on. I stopped watching wrestling when Kurt Angle left, The Rock left, everybody left, and it just started getting whack. I just started watching that shit. And then of course, even though he's not in the WWE, in fact he was there for like a while, and then he left. Goldberg. Like I said, I couldn't watch. I didn't have cable, so I couldn't watch Raw growing up. I mean, WCW growing up. But I knew about Goldberg. This dude was just, I loved him for another reason. The spear. It was just like the goal. I love the spear. I used to watch Goldberg just to see him spear motherfuckers. But anyway, I gotta get back on track, man. I can't believe you guys made me make a video about wrestling. But yeah, hope that answers your question, all three of y'all. Those were my top 10 wrestlers of all time. Of course, I didn't mention the legends, the old school legends, because like I said, I started watching wrestling in 2001, so and I stopped in like '05, '06, I believe. So anyway, Team 3D Alpha. Let's get back on track.
Yo, chill.